Hello, good morning from the UK. Magandang umaga and good evening, good afternoon, good day to all the viewers out there and all over the world. Here we go again. It's another session and it's another very interesting topic. If you can read on our title, IELTS versus OET. And I think this is one of the toughest hurdles na encounter natin before reaching our goal. And this time we are so blessed because a very experienced resource person, my IELTS coach turned friend turned ate is gonna be with us discussing IELTS and OET. And I hope all of you guys watching this live and here in Facebook, and I will be uploading this on YouTube as well. I hope you can learn something and merong idea na papasok sa inyo. Ano ba talaga ang kailangan kong kunin? Ano ba talaga ang difference nitong dalawa? So, without further ado, ayoko nang patagalin to. So, let us welcome on the screen my coach, Ma'am Shalenie Odi. Hi!
Hi everyone.
Hello!
Hi, Bon.
First of all, I would like to thank you because you hindi ka nag-hesitate to grant me this interview. And do you want to greet your family there or your friends,
Yeah,
the viewers?
Thank you, Bon, for this privilege. I take this really more of a privilege because I know, Bon, that you have already a number of subscribers. Actually, your content is very good. I have to say it's very informative, especially for not only for healthcare professionals, but for those who really desire to go out of the country. This can be the best option for them to really listen and watch your content. And I like your choices. So I like to say hi to, of course, all my friends, or should I say students and friends, all in the United Kingdom. I have a number of them. So hi to all of you. I think some of them did not really expect that one day I'm just going to greet them there.
Sure.
Same with Vaughn. And of course, to all the subscribers, I hope that this is another day of learning new things, especially what type of tests you should take in order for you to go out of the country, specific country that you wish to go.
Yes. And at the same time, they will learn the concept. I mean, even it's just a brief time, the concept of IELTS and OET. So I think this is gonna be a very exciting topic. So let us begin. Wag na nating patagalin. I have actually made a list of questions, and these questions are not just coming from me, Ma'am Sha. These are the current questions and yung ongoing na paulit-ulit na questions about people who would like to take IELTS and OET. Right. So in a nutshell, maybe, what is the difference of IELTS and OET? Maybe you can start with a difference or similarities. Up to you.
Okay. So first and foremost, I'd like to say that let's first talk about the differences. Okay. So first and foremost, IELTS is basically a test for all professionals who wish to go to any English-speaking country. So for example, if you are a healthcare professional, like you're a nurse, you're a doctor, you're a med tech, okay, if you want to have an entry in United Kingdom, United States, Canada, New Zealand, Ireland, or any part of the globe, you must take the IELTS, not the OET. Again, it's the IELTS, not the OET. However, the OET is very exclusive to all healthcare professionals. I don't mean nurses alone. It can also be other professions, like, for example, radiologists, nurse, dentists, any kind of, doctors of medicine. So anything related to healthcare professions. So this can be an option for you. Okay, so now, the thing about the IELTS, it is globally accepted.
Okay.
I don't want to take any biases, but I just want to say to you what with IELTS and what's with OET.
Yes.
IELTS is accepted globally. So that means to say it will be accepted anywhere, regardless of your intention. Like if you want to be under student visa, academic, student visa alone, trying to to acquire an education outside of your country, which is English-speaking country. What else? Immigrant visa. You can also do that. So again, what's the first one? It's for student. Second, immigrant status. And third would be working visa. And last, skilled migration also. Skilled migration visa. So IELTS I have to say globally accepted, especially it serves different purposes.
All right.
However, for OET, this is very exclusive for working visa. So if you want to apply under, there's this skilled migration for United Kingdom, specifically for nurses, radiologists, so they can take, and even Australia, they can utilize this as well as New Zealand. Again, let me reiterate that this is only for healthcare professionals.
Right.
And one thing about it as well, United States is not yet willing to accept the OET. They're not recognizing it yet. So no OET for United States, only TOEFL IBT. What? Another test?
Okay.
Yeah, that can be an option for you. So I just want to add to that. There's another test, not only OET, just an addendum. There's TOEFL IBT. This is specifically required if you wish to go to United States of America. You can either take the IELTS or the OET.
Okay.
TOEFL. Sorry, there's just so much. Okay, there's so many options there. So again, TOEFL IBT is basically for United States as well as Canada. Now let me just focus on the two. So IELTS and OET. So again, first, there's a big difference in terms of the purposes, in terms of global recognition. So IELTS is wider because it's globally accepted, and also it can be used for any other kind of profession, not exclusive to healthcare professionals. Okay. However, for OET, it is but limited to some countries like Australia, New Zealand, and United Kingdom. Okay. Then, and Ireland, I have to add to that. Scotland, I think they're also using that. So basically that's for OET, but it cannot be used yet in United States and Canada. Okay, so I think we made that very clear. Then third, in terms of the costs, IELTS is half the price of OET. So basically for the IELTS, it's like 11,000 something if we are talking about peso. So of course, if it's $250 something. Okay. And then for OET, it's 23,000. Okay, for that single test.
Wow.
So basically, it's really expensive, and it can only be taken if you are from the Philippines. Usually, this is only administered in metros, like metropolitan cities like Manila and Cebu. Although they are proposing that it will also be hopefully available in Davao, which is just nearby Jansan. But I think for now, because of the COVID, I think there is a bit of difficulty to really push through with that plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so I said, again, three things. The fourth, so the thing about it is the approach is a bit different.
Okay.
Although they will have the same listening, reading, writing, and speaking, but the approach is totally different. Listening and reading for IELTS is usually, you will be hearing, most likely for listening, it's just native speaker. There are some native speakers, but there are instances that you will also be listening to non-native speakers, like Asians and Africans, or any other. However, for OET, it is a bit exclusive to Australian accent. Okay. So that is kind of difficult for those who may not be so comfortable with Australian, because not everybody is used to this kind of accent. It's kind of different. Like they are very strict when it comes to pronunciation. I always give this as one perfect example. Like you will never hear them hearing carjack. So I said we just use cardiac. And they're very clear about it because it's the orientation of the Australian. It's the Australian accent. So that is a bit challenging. But it can still be audible. The same with the IELTS if you know what to do. I've a number of students actually won and have also to say that now they're in New Zealand. Most of them are from Singapore. So they are nurses in Singapore and now they're happily living in New Zealand and they all use OET.
Okay.
Yes. So basically that's it. In terms of difficulty, I just want to say it depends upon the person. But if you're
Right.
not used to Australian accent, OET might be a bit challenging, especially for
Okay.
listening. Well,
Okay.
IELTS, I think, I'm sorry, medyo bias ng konti. Si IELTS kasi, masasabi ko pa na globally, mas na-understand mo siya kasi nga, ang coverage na can be Australian, New Zealand, British, and also American English. So pasalamat tayo pag mag-American English siya.
And it
Yun.
has been there actually for a long time, right? IELTS compared to
Yes,
OET.
yes. Correct. And when it comes to reading, 3 parts siya. So katulad lang din ng ating IELTS, 3 passages kasi usually yung ating IELTS. So for those who have not taken their IELTS test, usually po for reading, there are 3 passages. So you will be reading each. I don't want to discuss thoroughly about that, but I
Yeah.
can. Will you allow me to do it, or it might take so much time? Yeah.
Yeah, up to you. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, so they will know only. So for example, because I just want to be nitty-gritty also about that differences, so you can really decide for yourself what you want to take.
Correct.
For example, for the IELTS, there are 3 passages there. Like first, if it's academic, 13 items for the first, second passage, additional 13, and the last would be 14 items. So in total, it would be 40. However, for the OET, well, there are also set A, set B, and set C, okay? And you have to get 30, okay, 30 points. Then this one, it's not the same with, this is what they said, okay? Medyo bias kasi pag nanggaling sa akin, sila yung nagsabi na, ang maganda sa OET, if ever merong maganda sa OET, wala kasing mga word limit, hindi masyado siya stricto, you can put whatever, but of course, it's also time constrained, pero yung word limit, tapos madaling hanapin yung mga answer compared with the IELTS kasi mas broader yung coverage niya. That's what they said. But like, well, I have to say, pareho naman sila kasing naghahanap. You know, what the skills, what you are to develop in reading is the skills of finding the answers because all the answers are there. So if you only know how to find the answers, it should be easy. I mean, not easy, but, less challenging.
Okay.
So I have to say that siguro yon kasi focus siya sa healthcare practices. So medication, so I think, yun na nga, mga standard operating procedures ng mga hospitals, kaya mas mapapadali, especially if you're a practicing nurse, sa reading part. Yeah. So I hope I made that clear. Now, the types of questions are just the same. So may multiple choice, meron din tayong completing notes, which can also be very common, both in IELTS, OET, and TOEFL IBT.